Well, we'll try and get a time on Joel Myers Jr., but already he's putting in some nice, tidy laps. You can see that straight away. Yeah, his first lap, 13.5 seconds. And now he's starting to wind the rubber band up. .13.7, so fairly consistent. Oh, look at that. Oh. All right, the young fella is brave as heck. 13.4, so a slight improvement. And another 13.4. And there you go, folks, his best lap, 13.3, so not bad for a 16-year-old kid, and good to see Joel Myers Jr. at Ruapuna Speedway setting the track alight for the first few laps here, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes a little bit later on. So racing starts at 6 o'clock, folks. We've got our Melrose Motorsport Challenge happening very shortly. AJ, what do you make of that?
Yeah, pretty good. To be quite honest, if they had made it an official event, we would have had a new 4-lap record by 3 seconds. But there you go. But look, Joel will be very more used to the racetracks over in the States that have a lot more moisture in them throughout the night, and over there, very seldom.
57N of Connor Rangi and the 7C of Oscar Harcourt, not to mention 99C Dave Kerr off the front. He'll be very hard to beat today.
Yeah, actually that track record is held by another Californian, Jonathan Allard, 12.63. Last Saturday night before the rain came, Jamie Duff took 6 seconds off Allard's 10-lap record. And that record had stood for something like 10 years. So the Duff man, boy, he was absolutely on a mission last Saturday night.
It'll be great to see the Duff man come up against Myers Jr. In the next meeting, which of course will be here at Ruapuna. In fact, I must say that is Myers going to Nelson?
Yes, he
AJ?
is. Yep.
Okay, so if you're going to Nelson, you'll see him racing there. But the next chance in Christchurch, the 17th of December, and the Californian Flyer will come up against the very best sprint car drivers here at Ruapuna.
Yeah, she's going to be a big show up there at Nelson. 2 nights. The first night is the Paddy North Memorial Twin 23s. Of course, Paddy's car was number 46, and the late great Paddy North, we lost him to illness just under a year ago now, and what a great guy he was. So she's going to be a great show up there. If you've got nothing to do next weekend, head on up through the Lewis Pass, get to Nelson, and it is a very tight wee bull ring. I don't know that Joel would have seen anything quite that small.
All right, folks, if you're as excited as I am, I'll be watching that 46C car. Joel Myers Jr. registered to Ruapuna, the very first episode of his title chase here at February this year.
Here we go, folks. If you called it a sprint car friendly, you're fooling yourselves. Here we go green, and it's the Ford-powered 99 of Dave Kerr. Leads him down past the Stadium Finance Hospitality area. Daniel Anderson in the 44T sits in second. Then we go back to Gene Spooner and Joel Myers Jr. already turning up the wick, running the Ranch Bar and Grill number 46 car up high. He's onto the tail of Spooner. Spooner in the Reburgers machine, really battling away right now, doing a great job of it at the front, and he is going to be hard to pull back from here. Is Dave Kerr driving like the devil himself. Hanging on to him is this 44 car. Daniel Anderson, Joel Myers Jr. already up there into that 3rd spot, and boy, you just look at him and he has got that American style all about him. Kerr still hustling away at the front of the pack there. Myers Jr. starting to close the gap up somewhat. Daniel Anderson, great to see Dan back in action here at Ruapuna in the Ranch Bar and Grill 44 car. Oscar Harcourt got a little bit of smoke coming out of the Value Cars warehouse. number 7. Just another one of the young guns in sprint car racing. Little bit of oil overflow potentially there, burning off. Connor Rangi, the Dalton's machine, the current War of the Wings champion, sits there in 5th spot right now as we lose Brandon Parkinson to the infield. Dave Kerr, oh boy. For viewers overseas, this guy was one of our absolute best midget car racers, and just decided, I'm going to go sprint car racing. So the team out there at the Springston Hotel put the ride together for him. It's probably the only Ford-powered sprint car in the South Island, but it gets up and boogies. White flag, 1 to go. It's Kerr, Anderson, Joel Myers Jr., heat race action, Racecourse Hotel and Motor Lodge, Ruapuna Speedway. Dave Kerr's going to take out the win from Daniel Anderson. Joel Myers finishes in 3rd. Then we go back to the 7 car of Oscar Harcourt. Connor Rangi in 5th, and 6th will be Gene Spooner. We lost Todd Richards on that last lap, and earlier it was the 5 car of Brandon Parkinson. Daniel Anderson, the race's quick time with a 13.603, 13.744 for Joel Myers Jr. and 13.784 for Dave Kerr.
Yeah, congratulations, Dave Kerr, taking out another heat here at Ruapuna Speedway. That puts you in a good position for the final for the Canterbury, well, it's not the Canterbury Champs, for the feature tonight. But Joel Myers Jr. was interesting to watch him. He didn't quite have the setup there. He was trying all sorts of techniques to get more go-forward momentum, and I think he'll be absolutely stunning in the next race. So good to see Dave Kerr taking out that heat of the sprint cars.
The 3 car starting on the inside of the front row. One of the really, really keen young racers with not such a big racing budget, but boy, he gets some bang for his buck with the 93 car. Backing from Raceworks and Clements Engineering plus premium tyres. Good wee racer, Todd Richards. Give him a chance and he will absolutely make a meal of it. Lights come on here at Racecourse Hotel and Motor Lodge, Ruapuna Speedway, 2nd sprint car event of the evening. It will run over 10 laps, and let's see how we get them going. Green flag flies. Rangi got the start, no doubt about that, in the Dalton's 57. Joel Myers muscles up, sits there in that 2nd spot right now. Todd Richards in 3rd. Then we go back to the Value Cars Warehouse, number 7 of Oscar Harcourt. But you got to say, Rangi is setting a flying pace there at the front. It's almost, radio Joel, this is me, come and have a look. So Myers sitting there in 2nd spot. The gap between them is just 1.5 seconds at this stage. Let's see if he starts reeling it in. Can see that Myers' corner entry speed is certainly way up there, starting to chase a little bit of dirt. We don't tend to run the big cushions here in New Zealand. Our tracks are certainly flatter and a little bit smoother. But Rangi setting the way right now. Big old duel going on there for 3rd and 4th between 2 of the young guys in Oscar Harcourt in the 7 machine and Todd Richards. But all eyes on that at the front, where we've got Connor Rangi leading the way. Joel Myers Jr. in 2nd. Certainly ringing it out. A little further back, we've got Brandon Parkinson in the 5 car and Daniel Anderson having a bit of a go at each other. Sort of races within races, because Gene Spooner in the Reburger car was holding the Heat 1 winner Dave Kerr at bay. Kerr just saw the gap and took it. Connor Rangi starting to come up onto the lap traffic now. Rangi makes a dive down low. So between Rangi and Joel Myers Jr. We've got Gene Spooner. Spooner just drifts out a little bit wide, left the door wide open. Myers took it. Myers starting to close that. It is the white flag. Just one more lap to go. Second heat action. All fire and brimstone. Joel Myers, he's going to bring it home in second spot. Boy, he closed that gap markedly. Connor Ringy's going to take the win. Myers in second. Third will be Oscar Harcourt. Fourth, Todd Richards. Then we go back to Daniel Anderson. Behind Anderson, Parkinson. Rounding out the field, Dave Kerr and Gene Spooner. Again, some good lap times. Rangy there in a 13.4, and Joel Myers 13.520. Quickly finding his feet. Connor Rangy, the defending Hydrolink War of the Wings sprint car champion in that Dalton's 57N car.
Yeah, but what you said, AJ, there was battles within battles there. They almost paired themselves up. There was two going together all round the track with fighting the spot, Harcourt and Richards and Anderson and Parkinson. And then at the tail of the field, there was a good battle going on there between Spooner and Kerr.
Yeah, Spooner actually looking pretty good, isn't he, in that machine, putting in some good confidence boosting runs. Former New Zealand Rugby League representative in the age group stuff. He's pretty tough. Race win goes to Connor Rangy. Sprint car final going over 15 laps. Mean Gene Spooner on the inside of the front row in the Reburger. Entry outside of him, Oscar Harcourt in the Value Cars Warehouse machine. The Rec Hotel 5N of Brandon Parkinson from Greymouth. And 3, Dan Anderson, the 44T from 4. Todd Richards, 93 from 5. Dave Kerr, 99 from 6. Joel Myers Jr. in the 46 car from 7. And Connor Rangy in the 57 from 8. Eyes down and looking. Here we go. Sprint car time. And we go green. And it's the Value Cars Warehouse machine driven by Oscar Harcourt. Leads him down the back chute. In second place, we have got the 35 of Gene Spooner. Big old battle starting to build there for third and fourth between the 44 of Dan Anderson and 99 Dave Kerr. Here comes Joel Myers Jr. already up there into fifth spot. Anderson gets a little bit of drive right at the base of the fence. Spooner goes out wide. Dan Anderson, the car owner for Joel Myers Jr., he's got the elbows up there in third spot. Spooner rattling off some good laps. This will be a confidence booster for Mean Gene Spooner. Goes out a little bit wide. The door's wide open for Anderson. Can Anderson take him? Spooner's going to run him ragged, but Daniel Anderson moves there into the second spot. Spooner in third. In fourth, it's Dave Kerr, then Joel Myers Jr. In fifth. Big surge there by Kerr. Momentarily got up into third. No, now he's nailed third. Spooner goes back to fourth. Joel Myers Jr. gets around the outside of Spooner. It's all hustle and bustle here in the sprint cars. Oscar Harcourt in the 7 car leading the way. Dan Anderson next. Then we go to Dave Kerr. Joel Myers Jr. sitting there in fourth spot right now. Then it's Connor Rangy and Gene Spooner rounding out the field. Todd Richards and Brandon Parkinson. The pace is a scorcher. As Kerr goes out wide, has to give way. That doesn't happen too often, but Joel Myers Jr. certainly worked him over. Myers, he's got his nose into the fresh air in that third spot. Here comes Rangi in the Dalton's car, but we've got the big old ding-dong going on between Connor Rangi and Dave Kerr. Kerr gets up there and starts spraying the dirt around in the fifth spot right now. Our race leader, it's still Oscar Harcourt leading the way. Dan Anderson in second, Joel Myers Jr. in third. Little bit of a brake issue starting to loom on the back of the Myers car. Connor Rangi trying hard, just drifts out a little bit wide there. Dave Kerr in the Ford sitting there in fifth spot right now, but it's still Oscar Harcourt with the front row start. Dan Anderson, he'll be puffing there in second spot. He hasn't put in too many laps over the last few years. Myers just starting to close that gap up. Laps counting down super quick. That's 12 in the books as Harcourt goes by. Rangi tries to move on Myers. Got to start wondering whether the 46 car has a little bit of a brake issue. Dan Anderson, owner of the 44 and owner of the 46 car. Myers goes out wide. Rangi tries the low line. White flag, one to go for Oscar Harcourt, the 44 of Daniel Anderson in second. Joel Myers in third. It's not going to be over till it's over. Just the one lap to go. They are on the final lap into the Stadium Finance Prison Bend. Oscar Harcourt, Daniel Anderson, Joel Myers Jr. and Connor Rangi, and that's the way they're going to enter the books. The sprint cars, 15 laps, and that was red hot. Be interesting to see what our race time is, because boy, they were sizzling on that one. Oscar Harcourt will be as happy as a sandboy. Dan Anderson, good drive from the veteran. Joel Myers third, Connor Rangi fourth, Dave Kerr fifth, Gene Spooner sixth, Brandon Parkin seventh, and then we lost Todd Richards partway through the race. So, well, Oscar Harcourt's going to be the guy that comes in and holds the fireworks and the checkered flag. And as we mentioned earlier, we're hoping we can get the message down for Joel Myers to pull in over there as well, so that we can have a quick word with Joel.
Well, I tell you what, Ruapuna, that's an absolutely sensational win by Oscar Harcourt, and by my record, he's actually set a 15-lap record there, so we'll have a closer look at that and get that confirmed officially very shortly. Daniel Anderson, good to see you in good form here back at Ruapuna, and Joel Myers Jr. just about destroying the back end of that car with the brakes sparking out the back, and you were driving around a bit of a problem, but good to see you here at Ruapuna tonight. You've put in some pretty good laps, and we'll look forward to seeing you here again at our next meeting. So it was Oscar Harcourt taking out the race tonight. Congratulations to you. So Oscar Harcourt taking out tonight's sprint car race, and good to see him in victory lane. The 7C Value Cars Warehouse Sprinter takes the victory tonight, and he might just be a bit puffed getting out of that car at the moment. There was certainly there was a fast and furious pace. I'm not sure that it was a record, folks. We were just looking in the wrong place there, but certainly a very good win by the youngster, Oscar Harcourt. So give it up for him, Ruapuna. That's Oscar Harcourt climbing to the top, and he'll let off the fireworks. Good stuff, and not sure who we got down there to catch up with Oscar. It might be Big Bad Brendan. No, Louise, good to see you down there, and let's see if we can get a word with Oscar Harcourt. I'm sure he's very pleased to take out that race tonight.
Well, Oscar, you've come close many a times before, but you've finally done it. Feature winner at Ruapuna, how does it feel?
It feels pretty good. It was only a heat, but I'll take it as a win.
There we go. Oscar Harcourt, everybody, your feature winner tonight.
And Louise, we might get a couple of words with Joel Myers Jr. down there, if you wouldn't mind, and just see how he's enjoyed his evening tonight. Certainly getting used to that car and putting some nice laps around the track. It looked like he might have had a bit of a brake issue there, and we might just find out exactly what was happening for young Joel Myers.
Well, your first night in New Zealand and your first night in the sprint car here, how does it feel?
Yeah, pretty good. Got some notes to, to come back for especially the title, and woke off them now. Kind of came in here just kind of going off Daniel, and made some changes after the 6 laps they gave us, and they got way better. Then made a change for a second heat race in this main. We were good. Just wish we had like a yellow or some more laps to maybe give them a run for their money. But yeah, it was cool. Great facility. Thank you for everybody coming out, and can't thank Daniel enough for this opportunity. And yeah, go from there.
Cool. Well, Joel Myers Jr. will be back better than ever next time.